Welcome everybody. Hey, hey. Miriam will be joining us soon. So, in the meantime, yeah, Kate's doing the dishes, right, Kate? Yeah. So this is normally the part of the show where I'd go around and share stuff. Hey, Blaine, how's it going? But that also, Miriam's usually here to like also do it and stuff. So, but I was like, anyway, we've had a very, very busy afternoon. So, oh, here she comes.
Hey, sorry.
That's okay. I started without you.
I thought you might have.
Here, come and sit by me.
Okay.
Haha. She had to get herself presentable, whereas I'm never presentable. So
I actually didn't even fix my hair, so it's kind of gross from the rain.
Oh,
hi, Lindy.
it is raining like crazy here
See,
right
it's
now.
already curling on the bottom.
Yeah.
I'm trying to flatten it. Hi, Sherry.
People with straight hair want curly hair, and people with curly hair want straight.
Yes. Does anyone notice my lovely red face? I got a little sunburn this weekend. We went camping. Did you already say that?
No.
Oh, yes, we went camping. We went to a little middle of nowhere place called Painter Springs.
Seriously, middle of nowhere.
It's a desert. There's sagebrush and dirt and lizards and snakes. So my kids caught lizards.
Lots
and
of
snakes.
lizards.
Yeah, and yeah, they had pocket lizards, and I said we should eat them. And they didn't like that idea.
They didn't like that at all.
Let's see, and then we went on a hike up a waterfall, which the reason why it's called Painter Springs is because it's by a natural spring on the side of a mountain. But it's not super green, like, it's just rocks with a waterfall down the rocks.
Speaking of camp, Blaine says he's going to be going to boot camp.
Oh, really?
Which is funny because
Wow.
I didn't know you were thinking about joining the military, but
That's awesome.
maybe it's like a boot camp, not the boot camp.
Hi, Julia.
Hi!
Oh,
And it says you're looking fabulous.
thank you. With my fabulously wet, dry hair.
That's right.
It's okay, because tomorrow I'll have new hair. Because I'm going to wash it, and then it'll be all new again.
Oh, okay, I'm like, I
It'll be
wasn't
clean.
aware of this.
Not rained on hair. So yeah.
Okay.
What else? Oh, the kids flew kites, so that
Oh,
was
yes.
fun. We actually got these really cool kites from China a couple years ago.
I got them on Amazon, didn't we?
Oh, I don't remember.
Or maybe you bought them.
You
Anyway,
bought them,
They're like flexible.
but they're like,
Seriously, Blaine's going to Army boot camp.
wow,
It's crazy.
good job, Blaine.
Lizards do fall under carnivore, and you were doing
I
carnivore.
know, right? I did carnivore the whole time. I was so amazing,
Yep.
and I felt really good, and yeah, I lost a pound, so that's nice.
That's right. Anyway, you were talking about the kites.
Yeah, the kites, they're in the shape of an octopus, and they have these huge, long
Tentacles.
tentacles.
I said
they're
tentacles.
really, really long because they're the tail of the kite. And they just keep working and working. You know, you buy a kite, you put it up in the air, the string
yeah,
breaks, the little holdy things.
Yeah, they're basically
break.
disposable.
Yeah, so we started buying the cheaper ones because they're all disposable. But these ones that we got from China are really cool because they just keep on living. In fact, the tentacles break off and we just tape it back on or tie it back on or whatever. So
They're really nice.
hey, Lindsay.
Yep. Caleb says he went from 300 pounds, morbidly obese, to now joining the U.S. Army.
So awesome.
That's nuts. But yeah.
Oh, thanks for Lindy for sharing to Keto SA.
Nice. Wait, what's SA? South Africa? Southern Australia?
Something awesome.
Something awesome!
Something awesome. South America. What else?
I think it's Southern Australia.
Sweet. All right.
South America? I don't know. She's going to have to tell us.
What's the SA in the United States?
I don't know.
South Carolina. No, silly. South America. Blaine said South America.
Yeah, but I don't think that's what it is.
San Antonio.
San Antonio. Where they have amazing barbecue.
Yes, can you eat some barbecue for me, Lindy? That will make me so happy. I just found out there's an R&R barbecue like
It's a barbecue place here in
2
town.
blocks away from our work.
Yeah.
And I'm
Well,
so
it's
gonna
not
go
2
there.
blocks. It's
like 6
like-
blocks.
It's like 4 miles.
I could walk there. 4
You
miles.
could
is
walk
not that
there.
far.
You could
Not
get
like,
your-
not like suburb blocks, like big blocks.
Oh,
It's on 106 and we're on 114th.
yeah, that's a ways
Big
away.
street blocks. Okay.
Anyway,
It's like 4 miles away, but that's not very far in a car.
it's true.
And I can be eating it tomorrow for lunch without you.
Yeah.
On 2 days before you can eat meat. I mean, real food.
Yep.
2 days.
Oh,
2 more
here's
days.
the
Here's the
the
things.
talking points.
Oh, okay. So guess what today? Mocha is on sale this week.
Mocha is on
So if
sale.
anybody likes mocha, you get it. Almost 10% off.
And there's a recipe to make a tiramisu.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Hey, KetoCon this year? Yeah, you
Yes.
know I'm coming. I will be eating barbecue like every 5 minutes.
And mostly just the ribs.
Yeah, and the brisket.
Yeah.
Also the burnt ends.
Yep.
I could eat only burnt ends and be just super satisfied.
Yep, and this is actually something that I addressed. So every day for the last 100 days, well, almost every day. This last weekend, I completely just spaced recording a video for my daily update because we were unplugged. We were completely unplugged.
Yeah,
Had nothing,
we had nothing. No
no
service.
cell signal. We were using like
Which is-
walkie-talkies
which was
to
wonderful.
communicate.
We're just like, meh.
Yeah,
We
and
could be together. We can play with the rocks and sticks and the lizards.
And I completely spaced that. My plan was to record videos that I would later upload. Holy cow! Your phone just like went nuts.
My children are probably texting
They
me.
probably are, but
Make sure nobody's dead real quick.
so for the last 100 days, I've been putting
Yes,
up
my
a
child.
video post. Let's see. Hold
She
on. I
wants
need
to
do
know
one
if the
more
car's
thing.
still here. Yes, the car's still
We
out
are
here.
doing a
You would like to watch us on computers.
yes. This is what we are not doing this weekend.
We're not doing on computers this weekend. Yeah. Oh, hey, look, Lori shared the Keto Chow tiramisu.
Oh yeah, there you go. Okay, so this weekend. Anyway, so I've been doing video posts. Today I did a video post that talked about what I'm going to be eating on days. Oh look, hey mom, can you pick me up please?
Okay. Are you at the high school?
I'm assuming she's at the high school. Yeah. He's texting
That's
her
what
too.
that's what she was asking, if the car was still there. But she meant, is the car still at the high school? So
Oh.
I guess I'm good to leave. Go
Okay,
get
we
our
started
daughter
it.
from the high school.
We'll see how fast Miriam makes it back.
So
In the
we'll see how
meantime,
long you can talk.
I'll be monologuing.
Long-winded.
You sly dog, you got me monologuing again. Okay, wait for it to focus. Okay, so today I posted basically what I was going to be having for day 100 and day 101 and day 102. The short version of it is I'm going to be done this Thursday with my 100 days of Keto Chow. I'll go get a blood test on Friday morning, at which point I'm done. I'm going to have Keto Chow for breakfast. Seriously. We were going to go out to breakfast, Miriam and I, but instead she'll be taking kids to the orthodontist. So I'll be at work drinking Keto Chow, same as the previous 100 days. And then my plan is to, after that, we're going to go to Buffalo Wild Wings because they fry their wings in beef tallow. No industrial seed oils, beef tallow. That's where it's at. And then for dinner, we're going to eat with the kids. On Saturday, we're going to Fitcon. It's a convention here in town. And I'm going to be in the booth the whole day. So what am I going to be eating? Keto Chow. Same as the previous 100 days. For dinner that night, we are going to go to a churrascaria, a Brazilian steakhouse. And let's see, Keto Bakery gets delivered on Thursdays. Yeah, but I won't be eating any of it. I guess I could save some, but other people always wanted to eat it more than I do. So, but yeah, we do. For those of you who live in the Utah area, there are several keto bakeries. One of them is using Keto Chow as a drop-off location, and they're bringing some of their extras and we put them in the fridge so people can just buy them during the week. But Sunday, so when we were at our last week, the show last week, the Associated Foods show, right across from us was this really nice guy who they sell grass-fed beef. It's actually grass-fed, grass-finished, which actually doesn't mean too much to me. I'm okay either way. I just like supporting a local business more than anything else, and the guy was nice. So I bought a half a cow. And Miriam was here yesterday with one of our children who was sick. And so her and him, and it was a nice thing to distract Sam, they filled up the chest freezer completely with beef. Like, there was 400 pounds of just ground beef, among other things. Anyway, so I got actually several briskets from them, and one of them I'm going to smoke this Sunday for dinner. But Sunday morning and Sunday for breakfast and for lunch, I'm going to eat Keto Chow. Same thing on Monday, breakfast and lunch, Keto Chow. And Lori says, good thing you all have Keto Chow at Fitcon because there was nothing to eat there last year. Aside from Keto Chow, if you were doing keto, there wasn't much else that you could eat. Now, and that's actually one of the points. We are going to be at Fitcon later this week. If you happen to be in Salt Lake, you should stop by and visit us. We actually posted on Instagram a code word that you could tell us at the booth, and we'll give you a free pack, a sample pack. That's because we didn't want to pay the several $1,000s to have our stuff put into these swag bags that people would get, that nobody would care about our stuff. Instead, we're going to be there at the show, and everybody who's doing keto will see our thing and, Keto Chow, what? That's actually what happened at the Associated Foods show. We weren't so much there for getting into supermarkets as we were just to meet people who were doing keto. And a surprisingly large number of people who were at the show were doing keto and would see our sign and hey, I'm doing keto, what do you guys have? And we're like, we've got this thing, it makes doing keto really easy. And they'd be like, what? This is amazing! Can I buy some? And we're like, we're actually not able to sell stuff. We're not allowed to sell stuff at that show. They're like, oh. Can I order it on your website and you can give it to me here? Yes. Okay. So it was pretty funny. Ashley wants to know, how do you think your stomach will react to solid food after drinking Keto Chow for 100 days? I really don't think that I'm going to have a problem at all. Because before doing all Keto Chow for 100 days, I was doing Keto Chow 2.5 meals on average a day. So I don't think I'm going to have it's going to be a big deal, but I'm going to start off with just, basically one solid food meal. My plan is actually that I'm going to do Keto Chow and meat for the foreseeable future. Just meat. So just Keto Chow and just meat. That was the one thing that I missed more than anything else, doing just 100 days of Keto Chow, of 100 days of just Keto Chow, was smoked meat more than anything else. Ribs, brisket, stuff like that. Nothing else really fazed me very much. When I was smoking food, I was just like, I want some of that. Or we would go somewhere and I'd be like, well, there's another prime rib I'm not eating. So I'm over carbs. I am completely over carbs. Blaine says, so now that you've done 100 days of only Keto Chow, what flavor do you dislike other than Mocha? Because I know you think that coffee smells like burnt popcorn. Okay, so when I was doing the heavy cream phase, I was down with every single flavor. Every one that we had, it was great. Loved it to death. When I started on the avocado oil phase, and that actually went for 4 weeks. I did a whole month where I was doing either just avocado oil or avocado oil, if I can do that, avocado oil with MCT. I don't particularly like the taste of avocado oil. I mean, it's fine. But it's not like, oh, I'm done, I'm sad because I'm out. Now that I'm doing butter, I'm back to I'm liking all the flavors. So with avocado oil, I didn't really particularly like the pumpkin spice caramel or the eggnog. Those did not work for me with avocado oil. Chocolate did. Root beer, surprisingly, worked extremely well. Chocolate mint works with everything, in my opinion. The snickerdoodle also worked exceptionally well, as did the raspberry cheesecake. I haven't done a lot of the chocolate peanut butter during this entire thing, and that's simply because it has a higher amount of carbohydrates. And I was trying to, among other things, just keep my carbs insanely low during the avocado oil phase. So for 28 days, I was averaging, I think it was 1.8 grams of net carbs a day, which is nuts. But anyway, now Lindsay just says she feels bad that she dislikes the flavor of avocado oil. That's one of the things that's so exciting about the development of using butter. So when I first came up with this crazy idea, oh man, my nose itches, of doing the 100 days of Keto Chow way back in December of 2018, I thought, hey, I'll do weight loss, and then I'll do kind of a science section where I'm doing 2 weeks of heavy cream, 2 weeks of avocado oil, 2 weeks of avocado with MCT oil. Oh man, my nose really itches. And then I thought, well, I've got these new savory flavors that are coming out. Hopefully, by the time I'm at the end, the last 2 weeks, sorry, my nose really itches. I've got a hair. By the time I'm done with the last 2 weeks, or into the last 2 weeks, I hope that I will have the new savory flavors, the new soups available. If not, I can do chicken soup, or I can do a prototype of the savory ones. And I did not expect to be able to mix up the butter. And I thought, well, when I was doing that, I'd do it with butter, because butter has a couple of interesting characteristics. Number one, no net carbs. Number two, no total carbs, well, at least effectively no total carbs. 3, it's a saturated fat. It's a short chain fat, and it looked really cool. So I wanted to try it out. And because we got into this whole thing with the butter and testing it out, I discovered that, oh, guess what? You can actually mix butter into Keto Chow if you use a blender. And I found that out when we were at Low Carb Denver and we were mixing up the avocado oil using a blender. Completely changed the consistency. Mixing up avocado oil just with a blender bottle doesn't work for me. I don't like the way it mixes up. With a blender, much better. So blender bottle, no. Blender, yes, works really well. Oh my gosh, I need to get one of those bzzz things to trim my nose hair. I'm an old man. But so we learned that it emulsifies really well with a blender. I decided to just try it. What happens if you use warm water and butter? Will it stay emulsified? And it did. I was floored, and it completely changed the end of this experiment, because I thought I was going to have to mix up the butter one meal at a time just before I ate it, or mix up 3 of them and put it into a hydro flask, into 3 hydro flasks, but I'd still have to mix it up once a day, every day. Nope. I can mix up 15, 18 at a time and go for 6 or 7 days. And it seems like, well, okay, on paper at least, butter has all the benefits of avocado oil, so fewer net carbs. It also, depending on where you are, I did have one person complain that butter costs more, that butter and heavy cream cost a lot where they live. But depending on where you live, butter, it tends to cost less than heavy cream. It also stores like forever. You can put it in the freezer, pull it out when you need it. No problem. It's also really easy to get. Doesn't have any emulsifiers like carrageenan that a lot of people have issues with, heavy whipping cream. Butter doesn't have that. Ingredient is like sweet cream and salt if you get the salted butter. Now, Blaine, SB McCaleb, wants to know, have you noticed any unforeseen side effects? Mood, neuropathy, dermatology? So, I did get a slight case of keto rash on my legs, but I think that had to do with the winter. Putting lotion on it made it go away. I haven't noticed any changes in mood. My ketones have been exceptionally high through the entire experiment, so it'll actually be interesting to see what happens when I go back off it. I tested my I need to test them again today. I tested my ketones yesterday, and I was at 4.4. That was at like lunchtime. So I've had really high ketones for this entire experiment. It's actually been a little nuts. And I have a breath ketone meter that tests the parts per million of acetone in your breath, which it's a way to test how much fat you're metabolizing, in addition to how many ketones you have in your system. So it's just a different way of measuring fat metabolism. When you use the breath analyzer, the scale on the front of it goes up to 8, I think. And anything above 4 means that you're metabolizing fat efficiently. So the last time I actually had to put in a new sensor, because the level of ketone meter is really interesting. You have to put in a new sensor every 30 days, and you have to recalibrate it using these canisters of gas every 7 days. So it's very, very accurate. It's designed to be clinically accurate for doctor's offices. Anyway, the last time I used it, I don't know if you can see that. Oh, there we go. I got 1,431 parts per million. And a couple of weeks ago, I got 2,110. And on the 16th of March, I got 2,910, which is crazy. But Ashley just said she's looking forward to seeing the blood work numbers. I am really, really anxious for the blood work numbers on butter. Like, I am excited beyond words, because my numbers on the avocado oil have not been going down. I mean, my HDL has been going down, which I don't like. My LDL has been going all over the place, and my triglycerides, from what I can tell, my triglycerides when I use MCT oil go up, like way up. I think that is definitively the culprit of what caused my triglycerides to go up. And I've done some previous experiments to try to nail this down, but this is the first time I tried heavy cream for 2 weeks, avocado oil only for 2 weeks, avocado oil with MCT, and then switched over, now I'm at butter. And people tend to have their HDL go up with saturated fat, which is what butter is. I got a notification yesterday that my doctor has already seen my blood work for the week of butter. and I have not seen them yet because they won't give me the blood test results for the week of butter until Thursday. So today's Tuesday, so 2 days from today, I get the blood work back for the first week with butter. And I'm really excited. I can't wait. It's going to be great. Hopefully. We'll see. Hopefully it makes my HDL go back up. What was I talking about? Yeah, this whole thing with butter and the 100 days. It's been interesting to do. By far it's really actually nice to be talking to people and they say, okay, so this Keto Chow thing, yeah, that sounds cool and all. Can I use it for all of my meals if I'm really, really lazy? And I say, yeah. And they're like, yeah, but how do you know it's not going to like cause any problems? I'm like, well, funny you should ask. Today is day, in which case it was like day 91 or day 93 or day 85 or day 65. Fitcon will be right after I finish, and Keto Salt Lake will be, again, right after I finish. And so I'll be able to say, yeah, I did 100 days of just Keto Chow for all of my meals. And they're like, what? I'm like, well, if you believe in your product, why wouldn't you do that? I mean, it just makes sense. The thing is, nobody does this. I don't know of any other food producer who has decided, okay, I know of one. And that's Victor and Christoph, who make Nui cookies. They ate their cookies, just their cookies, for a week. Just to see what would happen. And they were absolutely in ketosis. But they posted the video of kind of a summary. And it was on, I think, their last day, and they were like choking down the cookies. It was really funny. But yeah, so that's one of the reasons why I'm doing it. Also science. And I wanted to learn more about what the different fats do. And I had no idea I was going to enjoy doing butter as much as I am. Let's see. Speaking of butter, using butter with Keto Chow is fantastic. I like salted butter. So you can use salted or unsalted butter. I like salted for the added salt, just because I like it. You can use unsalted butter if you wanted to. And a couple of people were suggesting unsalted butter for like the fruity flavors and salted butter for the kind of more savory flavors. So far, I've tried Keto Chow with butter with Snickerdoodle. I did accidentally have it with chocolate peanut butter today. That was Miriam's. It was in the wrong spot. It was good. I've tried it with the chocolate toffee. Oh, the chocolate toffee. That's actually what I had for dinner tonight. Chocolate toffee with salted butter is so good. I had it with chocolate today for breakfast. I've had it with the raspberry cheesecake. The raspberry cheesecake with butter isn't as good as raspberry cheesecake with heavy cream. And that might be because I was using salted butter. It's just my opinion. I'll have to try it with unsalted butter. Chocolate mint with salted butter. Oh, that's good. I haven't tried it with the orange. And I haven't tried it with root beer. I'll probably want to try those with the unsalted butter. But yeah, doing it with the salted butter is nice because it does have an increase in the amount of salt, which more electrolytes is better. Hey, Miriam's back.
Hi.
Let's see. Let's see. Ashley wanted to know, was your doctor pro-keto prior to your doing 100 days, or is this a test for him, her also, to see how good keto is for us?
Oh, the doctor doesn't really care.
My doctor is hilarious. So my doctor, there's a doctor named Nick Trujillo here in the, who used to be out of Granger Medical Center in Riverton. Dr. Nick Trujillo, hi there.
I made it home.
I recovered you.
That was hilarious. Say, Mom, it's like, oh, she's commenting on our Facebook Live. Okay.
Well, it's because I know you were going to be on.
Yes, and it worked. Anyway, so Dr. Nick Trujillo uses ketogenic diets.
You get something on your face.
That's probably a unibrow. Uses ketogenic diets to treat his patients. And he shared an office with my doctor. Mm-hmm. And I went into my doctor a couple months ago to convince him to give me a continuous glucose monitor. And my doctor was like, wait, what's this keto thing? I'm like, you share an office with Nick Trujillo. How do you not know about keto?
It's funny because every time we go in there,
I have to explain it.
We're like, oh yeah, we do keto.
What's that?
Oh yeah, that's right. You told me that. Oh, yeah, you told me. Like 3 times you told him that. And he can't remember.
It's okay.
Or he'll say, oh yeah, you're clean. You eat clean.
Yes, you eat clean.
That's right. I guess that's keto.
Emily said hi, by the way.
Hi, Emily.
But yeah, so my doctor, when I go into him, he doesn't really care. Now, the blood tests that I'm getting, when I say they go to my doctor,
they go to Dave Feldman's
They go to actually Dave Feldman's doctor, who is very nice, and you basically ask him for a blood test, and he says, whatever. And
does he get paid for that?
yeah, I think so there's a little bit of a fee. We're basically paying his cost. Plus, like, oh my gosh, my nose. I have a hair sticking out of my nose. It's been bugging me nuts.
You have a hair sticking
It's been bugging me nuts. But yeah, so my doctor doesn't really care.
Hi, Ken!
Although Ken Berry, I should have him as my doctor. I got some thyroid tests done that I have to have Ken Berry check out. They actually look pretty good, but I want to get his opinion.
Hi, Sammy.
But Ken Berry, for those of you who
Here's
don't know,
our sick child.
His practice, it caught on fire. Now he has to deal with the insurance. Now, what I want to know, Ken, you had started doing kind of telemedicine. Is that still going on, or has that been, like, has the kibosh been put on that because of the fire? That'd be interesting, because I'd like to have Ken as my doctor too, but I know he's Carl Franklin's doctor.
I think everybody would.
Yeah. Let's see. What are we talking about? So we are going to be at Fitcon this week, and we're going to be at Keto Salt Lake in 2 weeks with Ken Berry.
Yeah.
Ken's going to be there.
He's going to come speak.
Yep, he's going to speak.
He's going to Ken speak.
He's going to speak. And it'll sound awesome with this really cool southern drawl. And I don't know if you noticed, but Sam, who just walked behind us, was in his Chewbacca pajamas.
Yeah. He's been in those all day because he stayed home from school.
And yesterday. Now,
because he has a cold.
Keto Salt Lake, if you're in Utah or Idaho or the surrounding area and you want to come to Keto Salt Lake, there are 35 tickets left as of today.
35? I thought it was 30.
No, I checked just before I went on, and it was 35. So if you want to get tickets, now is the time to do it. Yeah, because they're almost sold out. And when they're sold out, they're just going to be out. The auditorium that we were able to get only holds 300 people, and some of those are the speakers. So we only have so many tickets, and once they're sold out, they're sold out. We probably won't even be having any for sale at the show, which will greatly reduce the amount of stuff that I have to do. Because,
I'll do it.
Well, we're not going to have to sell tickets if they're all sold out. So
it's because everybody wants to come see Ken.
So Shari wants to know, what are the dates of the show? So it's April 26th and 27th. That's Friday and Saturday.
2 weeks from now.
Yeah, 2 weeks and a couple days from now. So yeah, the lineup of speakers is absolutely amazing. Like, seriously. We're talking world class, literally world class, because Ivor Cummins is coming from Ireland. We didn't get anybody from Australia because I didn't ask anybody from Australia, because I didn't want to feel bad about having somebody from Australia come, because they probably would have said yes.
Mm-hmm. Australians are really nice.
All the ones we
Everyone I have met has been really nice.
It's true. They're like Canadians, but with a cooler accent. The only cooler accent, I think, than Australians are New Zealanders. I just think New Zealand accents are awesome. But almost everyone that we asked if they could come to the show just flat out said, sure, yeah.
Sure.
What do you want me to talk about? And we would say, what do you want to talk about? And then Miriam would say, no, we want them to talk about this. And we'd be like, okay. But
next year we'll be better.
Yep.
A little more organized.
And Lori just posted, it's KetoSaltLake.com.
Yeah.
Okay, Scottish accents are awesome too. I will give you that. And
I want to go to Scotland.
yep, I do too. We'll have to see if somebody needs to organize a keto conference in Scotland.
And we'll go.
And we can go. Although they do have some in Spain, Keto Universe, and I haven't gone just because they're insanely expensive. And
I think we should go because he speaks Spanish, and then I wouldn't have to.
Yo hablo castellano.
He
Es
can
una cosa
understand what
diferente.
they're saying, and I cannot.
Pues las personas que hablan castellano saben que es castellano. Los demás piensan que está hablando español, pero no es.
None of those guys understand.
Exactly. Okay. Let's see. Now, we got some of our Texan accents. I like Texans just because
Of their barbecue.
of your barbecue. Seriously, you guys have it right. We went to, and I've said this before, we went to Kansas City. They put barbecue sauce on everything. Real barbecue doesn't need sauce.
They didn't have the barbecue sauce on everything.
They tried to put it on
Because
brisket.
We told them not to. Hey, will you give me a tissue?
Let's see. Okay, so on the Keto Chow. Habla español, pero no es español, es castellano.
Thank you.
Eso es lo que estoy hablando.
Here you go.
Okay. Shelley on a Facebook
Thanks,
support group wants to know how everyone goes about getting their daily water.
They drink when they need to drink.
That's really it. Okay. And Ken, if he was commenting on this, he would probably be able to give a lot better information than me, or Nurse Cindy, or anybody else. I'm going to probably botch this, but the recommendation to drink 8 glasses of water a day is not based on actual science. It was a guess. It was we think that's about right. You do not need to drink that much if you don't want to. You can.
Did you see the Star Wars pants just walk by?
Was that?
She's sick also.
Yeah, Star Wars pants. Hey, May the 4th is coming up. But you don't need to drink if you're not thirsty. In fact, that's a good way to
Deplete yourself of electrolytes.
deplete yourself of electrolytes. Get your electrolytes up, and if you're thirsty, drink. And pay attention. If you're thirsty, drink. That's it. You don't need to drink a specific amount. If you're not thirsty, don't drink. Do get your electrolytes up, though.
So somebody posted on that same thread
Yeah.
video by Amy Berger.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
We
and
love
she's
Amy.
talking about how much water to drink.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, it was Beverly because
Oh, was it?
Siobhan said, and so I said, Siobhan, will you share this?
Nice.
Yeah. So there, look at that thread.
Nice. And that's on the Keto Chow Facebook support group. Now, Carolina Barbecue is untouchable. Now, is there ever a keto conference in Canada? Yes.
Oh, we just heard about one.
Okay, so I know of several. There's one that's being planned in Toronto. They're still trying to figure it out. They actually asked us, my nose is still itchy. They asked us if we wanted to come as vendors, but we have a hard time getting our product into Canada. We're working on it. We're working on getting actually a distributor set up in Canada, and it's along the path, but the Health Canada has to approve all this stuff and all this other rigmarole. So us as a vendor in Canada wouldn't make much sense just because we wouldn't be able to really sell much. We have to put it over the border, and they have to pay for customs, and it's just this horrible ordeal.
This is kind of a pain. We want to be there.
Yeah, we want to be there. It's great. We want to be there.
Get there, we would get there.
So it's coming.
We're working on it.
But I replied back to them and said, hey, we probably, just because of the problems crossing the border, getting our stuff across the border, we wouldn't want to be a vendor, but we're very interested in attending. because that's home turf of Dr. Jason Fung. Anyway, I've posted, so on lowcarbevents.com, anytime I hear about any keto conferences anywhere, I put it up there. And I know that there have been at least 3 in Canada so far. There have been smaller ones, but there should be a bigger one in Toronto this year. So let's see. So check out Low Carb Events. I think there actually might be a couple that are still on the way. Star Wars Celebration in Chicago starts Thursday.
I'm game.
Wow, you're getting it.
I say we
started
watch
early.
Star Wars on Thursday.
Emily pointed out that Keto Chow offers amazing electrolyte drops. Yes, we do. And they're back on Amazon.
Yes.
There was this big rigmarole.
Amazon accidentally switched the prices.
Well, Amazon not only switched the prices.
And the description.
They switched the size descriptor, the description, the images, and basically everything.
It's one of our children.
The only thing they didn't switch was the product code. So if people were ordering it on Amazon, they were getting the wrong stuff. They ordered the big bottle, they were getting the little bottle. Little bottle, they'd get the big bottle. It was crazy. So hangovers on keto are the worst. Yeah, if you are if you're depleted on electrolytes, it can be really bad, whether you're on keto or not. Emily likes your shirt, by the way.
Thank you. I wore it last Tuesday also, I think.
Yep.
Maybe I didn't. I can't remember.
Let's see. Bob says he's doing what?
Oh, are they on Amazon Prime, the fasting drops?
The fasting drops are not on Amazon Prime. We have Keto Chow, the big bags.
Okay.
The problem with putting it on Amazon Prime is that we give away the free empty bottle with the big bottle of electrolytes. And they have the different UPC codes on them. In order to list them on Amazon Prime, we'd have to cover up those codes on both the empty bottle and the big bottle. And then we'd have to put it in a bag with a special code. So for now, or we would have to put it up without the free little bottle, which sucks. So for now, we're just selling it ourselves. That's the only way you can get it. So you can buy it off Amazon, but it ships from us.
We ship it.
And quite frankly, it's cheaper to buy it directly from us. And Ken, if you're still on, I want to give you an affiliate code so that you don't have to put the Amazon affiliate code up. Anyway.
He's probably not on.
He probably went off. That's okay. He's a busy guy. Bob wants to know I'm doing 2 keto chows a day plus a keto meal, usually just meat and maybe a veggie. Recently started taking fish oil, but should I add a multivitamin to round things out? Probably not. If you want to know for sure, pop it into Ketone Meter, what you're eating, and see.
If you're having the right stuff.
Because Keto Chow will get you at least 2/3 of the way there, probably actually closer to 3/4 of the way there.
You'll just have to
because we put more vitamins. We put optimal amounts based on current research instead of the just enough to get you by, which is what the U.S. dietary recommendations are. So, and Deb says she's having trouble sleeping tonight.
Oh.
That's why she's on. So,
take
let's
some
see.
mag drops. That'll help. Hello.
And, so Emily wanted to know about Amazon Prime because in case she needs it ASAP. So Amazon Prime ships it in 2 days. If you order from us and you're not ordering over the weekend and it's early enough in the day, I mean, we ship stuff out by USPS priority mail for the most part, which to most of the United States gets it in there 2 days. Gets it there 2 days anyway.
Pretty fast still.
So it's pretty comparable to Amazon Prime.
It's just not perfect. We
Yeah.
get every order out that we have in the day. So
Yeah.
if it leads over from the weekend, if you do it Friday after we leave, then you have to wait Saturday, Sunday, and then we'll send it out Monday. But if you get an order in on
Yeah.
a day, we'll get it out that day.
And that
It just takes
actually
2 days to get
is.
there.
Someone asked how long it took for Keto Chow to arrive. A dissertation on when we are open and when we ship orders. So,
Yeah,
Keto Chow.
they're in the top of
We get there at 8 o'clock in the morning, Monday
Right.
through Friday.
Okay.
And we leave at 5 o'clock, Monday through Friday. Now that's me and the customer service people, or the customer service people and me, whatever.
No, it's not him.
What did I do?
It's only the customer service people.
No,
and
I'm
the
u-
shipping people.
I'm usually there until 5.
Okay.
So the
he's there.
shipping people just stay until all of the day's orders are done. They usually start printing out the orders at 8, and they continue to print until they run out, which is usually around noon
Or 1
or 1,
or 3.
at which point they say, okay,
We're done.
We're done.
Restock the shelves.
Restock the
check
shelves,
One more time
check
for
one
any
more time.
Orders, and then they go home.
and then they're done. And the post office comes by, they pick up the packages. UPS comes by, they pick up the packages. As long as you get your order in before about,
Probably 1 o'clock at the latest.
well, I'd say 11 o'clock,
in the
Monday
morning.
through Friday, Mountain Time.
It'll go out that day.
It should go out that day, because we never put stuff up for sale on the website unless we actually have it in stock, because we don't like to not be able to ship out all the orders.
Yep.
It's a sucky customer experience, and I wouldn't like that. I don't want you to experience that. So that's not what that's what we do. We don't put stuff up for sale unless we have it. We ship out every order every day. If you order on a Friday afternoon,
We
it
won't
will not
go
ship
out till Monday.
until Monday.
Unless we're staying later.
Well, even then, the post office is already picked up.
Yeah,
So-
they pick up at 1:30.
So if you order Friday afternoon, it's not going to go out. And so someone said, well, somebody that said I ordered Keto Chow, and they said, how long did it take to get there? And the person said it took 4 days. I was like, it didn't take 4 days.
Business days.
Yeah, business days. It's shipped on. Now, another cool thing is,
And sometimes it does take a long time if it gets lost in the mail.
yeah,
So that
Be-
does happen. It's not like it doesn't happen.
and if it's going out priority mail considers Saturday a business day. The only day they're not delivering is Sunday. But so we try to get stuff out really fast. And oddly enough, on days like Columbus Day, the post office will they'll still come by and pick up our orders because
Yeah.
we're a big enough business that we're shipping enough stuff. They don't necessarily actually get it moving, but they'll pick it
But
up.
they'll pick it up and take it to the post office
Yep.
so that it's ready to go.
And Deb did point out, or if you live in the boondocks. So yeah, priority mail is 2 days to most of the population of the United States. If you're near a large airport, you're probably going to get it in 2 days. If you're out in the middle of South Dakota, maybe not.
If you're in Painter Springs, there's not a mailbox.
There's not a mailbox. If you're in Delta, Utah, probably not.
Actually.
And Blaine says it frequently takes 4 business days to get my orders to Georgia. And that sucks, and I am
Georgia
sorry.
is-
And that's another thing about, okay, so the post office is cool in a couple ways. Number one, they deliver on Saturday. They suck in a couple of ways. Number one, they don't guarantee delivery days. So it'll tell us that it's going to get to
In
such a
2
person in
days,
2
yeah.
days. And if it doesn't, the post office shrugs their shoulders and says,
Eh.
sorry. UPS, on the other hand, unless there's an exigent situation, like a flood or fire or tornado or something like that, or really bad weather, they guarantee deliverability. And if your package is late, let us know and we will refund the shipping on it.
Although it's kind of a pain
Yeah.
to fix that stuff because you have to do a report and blah 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 blah. blah.
Well, not anymore. We actually have a thing that
Well,
automatically...
It was kind of a pain before. So.
Yep. And by the way, Ken Berry just posted on Patreon just now, so he must have just connected up, saw that we were on, and then
It said hi.
did his thing. Big $25 word. Bob Anderson, optimal for normal and optimal for beefy 6'4", 370 pounds are sometimes different. That's true. Some of the numbers are different. And if you want to know the best place that I've found for solid nutrition information that actually has science behind it and is up to date, if you go to ketochow.xyz/nutrition, which is the nutrition info page about Keto Chow, down in the notes section, there's a link to the U.S. dietary recommendations, and there's a link to the Nordic dietary recommendations for 2012, which is this like 500-page PDF that has all of their research and information about what nutrients you should be getting and how much for different different groups, different ages. It's amazing stuff. And at the beginning, you can just, how much magnesium should I get? You can click on magnesium in the table of contents. Takes you there, tells you about it. Tells you what
seems to be really cool.
Yeah, it tells you what the upper tolerable limits are. For instance, iron. Turns out for men, you do not want 18 milligrams a day for months at a time. If you do that, you will have a bad time. But for women, yes, you do want 18 milligrams of iron a day. The upper tolerable limit is 40 milligrams, but that's in isolation once or twice a day, a couple times a month. You can't do it like that all the time.
I'm getting tired.
You're getting tired? Okay. Blaine says he doesn't care though. He orders ahead of time. He just wants to let you know. Let us know. Okay.
Okay.
Ashley wants to know, is your entire family keto? No, not even close.
2 of our daughters are
Yep.
really strict. Our kids actually eat really low carb because we don't have any non-keto foods.
Yeah, when we went camping this weekend, we bought buns for the hot dogs and hamburgers.
That was a big deal.
Yeah.
They're like, what? We haven't had buns in so long. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's a special treat for
Yep.
you to have some garbage. Here you go.
Yep. So not all of our kids are keto. Half of our family
Yeah,
is.
4 of them are not. So
Yep.
they will eat stuff, and they'll occasionally go to the store by themselves and buy things. But when they're here, when we cook keto foods. They eat keto foods. They know what keto is. They know how we feel.
Yeah. Well, the interesting thing is, I doubt that they need to be ketogenic at this point. Mm-hmm. I need to be ketogenic because I messed up my metabolism for years and years and years, and I really don't have any. There isn't enough left in me to not be ketogenic. My kids are metabolically flexible enough that as long as they're not getting a lot of added sugar, they're probably going to be fine. They probably are fine with bread and stuff like that. Mostly.
Well, we want them to not eat it every day.
Yes.
By me?
Now, Emily wanted to know, could you remind us what happens if you use boiling water to make Keto Chow? Depending on which version of Keto Chow you're using, it tends to make the protein clump up, unless you use a blender. But and it can lower the amount of vitamin C, vitamin K, I think vitamin B5 and B6.
But that's if it's boiling.
Yeah, we're talking really hot.
Boiling water.
Like really, really hot.
You don't want to make it like...
My recommendation is to use
not warm
water and maybe microwave it to heat it up the rest of the way.
Yeah, Emily said, I noticed I don't feel great when I possibly have too many carbs or eat other food.
Yep.
So... And our kids feel pretty good, but like I said, they just eat keto foods. Ruth just got finished eating some
keto pancakes.
Keto pancakes.
They were so good.
With homemade whipped cream and
which are super
strawberries.
easy. It's what?
So easy.
It's an ounce of cream cheese for every egg.
Yep.
Usually in 8s. So 8 ounces of cream cheese, 8 ounces, 8 eggs.
That's why
some cinnamon.
Good.
It smelled amazing. In the past, Miriam has added some Snickerdoodle Keto Chow.
Snickerdoodle Keto Chow, but
Did
this
you
time
add
I was too lazy.
Oh. And yeah, the kids love it. It's actually carnivore.
Yeah,
let's see.
He's on me.
Hey, so what should you do if your Keto Chow is too thick, Miriam?
Put some water in it.
Shake it up.
There you go.
Really good.
It's that easy. really, a lot of people are like, oh, this is really, really thick. And it's like, well, how much water did you use? Like 10 ounces.
Yeah.
Well, there's your problem. I usually will make 20 ounces. When it's all finished, all the liquid, everything is done, about 20 ounces. So, let's see.
Hi, Ruth.
Now, as far as the vitamins go, I'm not absolutely positive that boiling hot water will change the vitamins. I do know, because I had this tested, that if you pasteurize chocolate Keto Chow, it does reduce the vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin C, vitamin K, vitamin B5, and vitamin B6. The vitamin D and vitamin A get added back in as part of the pasteurization process, but does anybody want to know why I had that tested?
No.
Okay. Anyway, but I did. Mary wants to know what to do when you go out and everyone is eating non-keto foods and wants you to eat with them.
Say, no thank you.
Yeah. So just imagine that you're doing 100 days of Keto Chow and you can't eat any of it. No. But that's a really good question, and it comes up a lot in social situations. It's funny how weird people get
They're weird.
when you don't eat with them.
I think it's because they feel guilty that they're eating bad food.
It might be.
And so then they want you to join them so they'll feel better.
But even when you're like eating steaks, like I was eating just Keto Chow, which meant that I wasn't eating anything, and we were at restaurants and people would be like, "Oh, and what do you want? Or do you want to try some of this?" And I'd be like, "No, I'm just eating Keto Chow." Or Holly, our friend, would offer me something amazing that she had cooked up, and I'm like, "No, that's okay." But she wouldn't feel bad about it. But a lot of times, if you do go to a party and if people are eating weird stuff, sometimes they'll get really funny when you don't want to eat pizza.
Yeah.
Or, but oddly enough, the waiters at the restaurants that I've been to, where everyone else will order and they're like, "And what do you have?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm just drinking." They'll be like, "Okay, that's easy." It was actually really funny. I was expecting more resistance or something, but yeah. But so a lot of people had some really good suggestions for, was it Mary? Yeah, Mary. Everything from, if you know you're going to be somewhere that absolutely will not have food that you're going to be able to eat, you can eat ahead of time.
Mm-hmm. Bring something to share that you know you can eat.
Yeah, bring something that you can. Like deviled eggs.
We bring deviled eggs all the time.
All the time. Or jalapeno poppers.
It's like our favorite thing.
Jalapeno poppers.
Yep.
I
I love jalapeno poppers. I'm going to make some for the keto meetup, which is next week.
Oh, yeah.
You should make some steak so I can eat some.
We are going to make steak, and I'm going to make brisket on Sunday.
Oh, brisket.
So Emily says, seriously happened at Johnny and I at Thanksgiving a few years ago, and within an hour or so, I got hives all over, like severe allergic reaction, and Benadryl barely helped. I felt awful for 2 days. That was definitely my body. It was a way of saying, don't go out of keto. And it's, wow, that was funny. My phone just, we bring a veggie tray to family gatherings.
Nice.
It's entirely an option just not to eat. And I was reading, there was a thread on the Keto Reddit a couple days ago about this lady who had lost like a lot of weight. And the reason why I read the thread was because she had dental surgery and she couldn't chew anything, and so she was using Keto Chow. And everybody was giving her such a hard time because she had lost quite a bit of weight doing keto. Now she had had this surgery, and so she couldn't chew anything, and everybody was starting to freak out. They're like, "You're losing too much weight."
Yeah.
The whole bucket of crabs. Crabs can't escape from a bucket because the other crabs pull them down.
Yeah.
And she said that her boss kept on like being just a total jerk about it, and just would go on and on and on. And a couple of the commenters were like, what you need to tell him is, I do not want to talk about this anymore. And if you continue to talk about it, we will discuss this with HR.
Yeah.
So it was just really funny.
Thing. Like you shouldn't be persecuted for being healthy, for trying to be healthy.
Yeah. Well, and the really funny thing about it, the ironic thing, is she was complaining about people talking about what she eats. And everybody was like, yeah, they shouldn't talk about what you eat. Why are you eating Keto Chow? It's not good to just have liquid diets.
They're talking about what she eats.
The irony wasn't lost on me. It actually wasn't lost on her. She did comment about that too. But yeah, I don't like people talking about the way I eat. I'm not going to talk about the way that other people eat. Yeah. But yeah, eat beforehand.
Also,
just do what you can.
Be helpful and get in the kitchen and wash dishes and
Yeah.
stuff. And if somebody says, did you get a chance to eat? Oh yeah, I already ate. But
Yeah.
they'll think you ate first.
That's
for
true.
all, just getting in, doing stuff.
If they
moving
allow
around
you in the
and-
kitchen
It's
at
true.
least.
Yeah.
All right.
If you're doing dishes, they'll allow you in the kitchen.
We got just a couple more. These all came from the Keto Chow subreddit. So reddit.com/r/Keto Chow. Oh. I think Blaine just posted the link. Nutrient. Oh no, that's the hot Keto Chow. Okay.
Nice.
Okay. Let's see. So over on the Keto Chow subreddit, DefNotAShark, username checks out, asked for advice on how many calories to shoot for during his own 100 days of Keto Chow. He's quite a bit overweight and wanted to know, how many calories he should go for. The best advice I saw was start high.
For calories?
Start high with calories. Maybe go with a little bit more. And he had calculated like 1,800 calories a day, which he was over 300 pounds, and I think that's probably not going to be enough for him. But he got some really good advice. This was actually while we were on our camping trip. It was fantastic that everybody else jumped in there and helped out.
People love
So-
it when you do the dishes.
People
Also
do love it when you do
true.
the
Love it when you
dishes.
do
It
the
is
dishes.
amazing. We went to Low Carb Breckenridge last year.
Yeah.
And we went to the party house, the two keto dudes party house. And it was really funny because a lot of people, we were the shake people, so some people didn't want to talk to us.
We're just weird people.
And then we started washing the dishes. Completely changed everything. For the next year, it's been over a year since that happened. Mm-hmm. And people who didn't like talking to us before are like our friends now. All because
Dishes.
we washed their dishes.
It's
It's
not that
Dishes are
hard.
good
to
to
wash.
So we told our
I
kids,
can wash dishes.
you serve people. It
Hey,
changes
speaking
everything.
of which, Kate's
Oh.
sick and she needs the dishes
Oh,
done.
Oh, can you go to
okay.
the-
I'll
there you go.
do that, I guess.
She's
Okay.
such a nice girl. Hey, careful!
Ow! There's a cord there.
Is it
I didn't
still
know
going?
that.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's still going. Thank you. I thought she just unplugged it. That would have been really bad. Okay.
Oh, I want the Too Good yogurt. I
can't ever
looked
find it.
at all over the place and I can't find it. Can you order it online, Emily?
I'll tell
Well, I'm sure
Kate
she
that
can, but you
feel
can't.
better.
Why
person
can't I?
Okay. So anyway, if you're first starting off, especially if you're just starting off keto, probably go for higher amounts of calories than you think you need. And then once you're got going on it, then you can bring it down.
I actually had a conversation on Instagram with the girl about calories today.
Oh yeah, I talked about that on my live today. I mean on my post, my video chat.
Oh, about my thing?
Yeah.
That you should get a DEXA body scan and they'll tell you your resting metabolic rate and you can figure out your calories from there. That's what
yeah.
I told her. So,
Well, and also butter and heavy cream do not have the same amount of calories, by the way,
yeah, so you can't do 4 ounces of
of butter.
butter.
That'd be a lot.
because that's
Butter's twice
so-
as many calories. Stacy Stitches left a review on the Keto Chow
What a cute
subreddit.
name, Stacy.
It was an exceptionally long review. It was fantastic. She basically just went through and listed all of, let's see if I can find it really quick. My flavor reviews. There it is. Copy link. Post it. So she just went through and put, you can't do 4 ounces of butter. Challenge accepted. Anyway, she posted reviews of pretty much all of the flavors, and just went through all of them, talked about what she liked, what she didn't like, what her boyfriend liked, what he didn't like. And it all comes, my big takeaway is everybody has different tastes. And different people are going to love things that other people don't. And it's wonderful to see different people's take on them. So she posted that. And then a whole bunch of other people posted their own experience with likes and dislikes. And this is the last one because Miriam's getting tired. We've been on for an hour and 5 minutes. Draw Infinity tried chocolate Keto Chow hot and absolutely loved it.
Yeah, I believe that. I had chocolate toffee warm today, and I had chocolate peanut butter warm today for breakfast and lunch, and they were delicious.
Yep.
I didn't have R&R barbecue. I think Chris should buy me that tomorrow for lunch. I'll accidentally leave my Keto Chow at home for that.
I bet you will.
Yeah.
So yeah, try it.
Mocha.
Emily wanted to know if we take testimonials. Yes. KetoChow.xyz
Please share your testimonials.
/success or /success-stories. If you want to submit your own success story there, I haven't been heavily promoting it, but if you want to put your stuff up there, that's great. We always welcome more.
Cool beans.
And yeah, Blaine said, yes, there's a form on the website, and that's the form. It's on that page. Monica said, well, first time on this website, Facebook, I think I may have tried a sample pack. That's a really good way to do it. 2 months keto, was told to eat whole food only. I think I'd like to try something. Thanks for this live. And I can understand where the only eat whole foods.
Yeah.
It's coming from a place where people are eating refined carbohydrates and all sorts of stuff like that. And I completely understand. Trying to fight against that is a big deal. And the easiest way to tell people
Beans
how to
are
eat.
keto.
Who says beans are keto?
Dip.
Yeah, beans aren't keto.
She just was saying because we said cool beans.
Oh, cool beans. Yeah, probably. The easiest way to tell people simply and easily how to do keto is just eat real food. Just eat, meat and green vegetables and more meat and things that are made by animals and eggs and
dairy.
Meat and
or not dairy. Actually, I'm gonna do next week. I think I'm gonna do no dairy for a while.
Yep.
See how that goes.
And so the just eat whole foods, I can understand that. Keto Chow, it is processed. So is cheese. So is ice cream. So are
cows. They're processed.
Well,
They've got taken apart.
Yeah,
and packaged.
Butchered meat is technically processed as well. So, and it's using the term processed food is a bit of a misnomer. It's a bit of a catch-all, and I think a lot of people use it the wrong way. I really think we need a better term than processed, because
packaged.
Well, even packaged, because you can go to Sam's Club or Costco and buy hard-boiled eggs.
Why did not we buy those?
I don't know. I forgot about that. And okay, what's wrong with the hard-boiled egg? That's a packaged, processed food.
In like 3 days.
It doesn't have any preservatives. Neither does Keto Chow. It doesn't have a lot of stuff, but it is a processed food. It's actually not even a whole food because it doesn't have the shell. So
hey, Paula said highly refined.
Yeah, but once again, highly refined. What does that mean?
I think you're getting too semantic.
I know. I am getting too semantic. I'm getting niggly and pedantic.
Like carbon. It's just anything with carbon.
Let me start telling you about organic.
Let's just cut you off.
Yeah, let's just cut me off.
Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you next Tuesday.
Blaine says, there are a lot of vegetables and plants which humans don't have any business eating. Remember, opium is natural.
Oh, yeah,
It is.
you don't want to eat that.
So are poisonous mushrooms. Leafy greens. So that depends. Different people tolerate vegetables in different ways. Some people say that for some people doing vegetables at all just doesn't work. For other people, they can do vegetables just fine. Carrie Brown, if she doesn't do vegetables, she doesn't feel right. And Monica just mentioned that Nisha said that our ingredients are top of the line. And we love Nisha. She's fantastic.
She's so great. She's so nice to us.
Well, we were at Keto Denver, or not Low Carb Denver, and she was just having such a hard time keeping anything down. And she came by our booth. Well, first we were giving her fasting drops and stuff like that, and electrolyte drops. But she tried the Keto Chow, and she's like, this is really good.
It's the only thing I want to eat right now.
She just kept on drinking more and more of it, and it was great.
Hey, Jen.
Jen wants to
Husband
know.
said, is all cream made equal?
So
Well, it starts all equal.
different. Okay, so you've got heavy cream and you've got heavy whipping cream. The difference between the two is emulsifiers that make it easier to whip. It's stabilizers. Some people are very specific that they do not like carrageenan and the other emulsifiers. Other people just don't really care.
It just depends.
Now you've also got heavy cream versus table cream versus half and half. And for keto, you want the heaviest, the highest fat content you can possibly get.
Because you'll even get heavy cream at the store that's different fat contents.
Yeah, we like the stuff that's 40% fat. Normal heavy cream's 38. You probably shouldn't use half and half. Half and half contains 6 times more carbs per calorie than heavy cream. So I wouldn't recommend using it. Half and half is for wimps that are afraid of fat. Blaine says that's quite controversial. Yeah, this seaweed extract carrageenan is very controversial. And now that's one of the interesting reasons why butter is absolutely fantastic for Keto Chow.
It's so good.
Has none of that at all.
Good.
You can completely sidestep the whole argument.
Toffee, chocolate, buttery.
Of course, then you get into the argument of whether or not you should be using only grass-fed Kerrygold butter because you're somehow rich.
You know, I think we should do that. We didn't have any of that at the time.
No, well, that's okay.
Challenge accepted.
Right.
R&R barbecue and Kerrygold butter. That's on the new list of things to get tomorrow because you don't have anything to do.
Yeah, well, I won't be eating any of it. Well, except for
I'll eat
this
it.
stuff.
I'll eat it. I'm not
Anyway, well, let's finish up. Thank you, everybody, for joining us
again for the third time.
For the third time, and we'll be doing this again next Tuesday.
Same bat time.
Same bat channel. Yeah. Anyway, so it's at 7:30 Mountain Time, in case you're wondering. Right now it's 8:44 Mountain. So now I'm gonna have to stand up and push the button on the thing because the keyboard.
I stood up twice, so you can stand up this time.
Well, the keyboard that's supposed to allow me to turn it on and off from over here.
At the warehouse.
Yeah, it's not here. So.
Hey, what's our tagline?
What's our tagline?
Keto Chow.
It's more than a protein shake. It's
a
a complete meal. And make keto easy. Or keto made easy. So, Jen thinks that I'm so cute.
He is.
I think she means that you're so cute.
Oh.
Okay. Or my eyes so cute. Hello, everybody. Focus. Focus. Okay, bye.
You know,